Hello and welcome to the Algebra Solver program for your TI84 Plus CE or TI84 Plus CE Python calculator. If you have either one, you're totally good to go. And actually, before we get started, I want to show you how we get there. So I'm going to exit this program. What we're going to do is press the PRGM key from the home screen. I call that the home screen. And if you have a TI84 Plus CE, you wouldn't even be asked this question. But if it's a Python, it does ask if you can go basic or Python. We're going to go basic here. We're going to press enter. And then this is Algebra Solve 5, the most updated version of the Algebra Solver. By the way, free updates for life. Now look, one other funny thing. So you press enter to select it. You have to press enter again to run it. It's like 80s technology, so forgive me. So that is a sticking point for students. I just want to point that out. That's how you get over that. So what's going to happen is a student sent this worksheet a little while ago, and I told them, hey, I'd make sure the program can handle most of the questions that he has. And so that's what I'm going to do here right now is try to solve as many as I can. Now look, not most of these, I'd say about half of these maybe I've marked off this like little blue thing here. Some of these, it's a WA workaround. I'll probably do those next time I go over it. And I may change the program by then. I'm thinking by Thanksgiving 2025, but just give you an idea of what's going on. Find the equation of the line having the specified slope and containing the indicated point. Write your final answer in slope-intercept form. So look, we're given the slope and a point. So we're going to go to linear equations because it's a line, equation of a line, linear equation. And then what are we given? We're given a slope and a point. We call that point slope here. So that's going to be option 2. And then what is a slope? What is the m? And by the way, m is a slope. And I have that in the help menu, just in case you're unfamiliar with the terminology. But m is -3. Okay, I know. I'm telling you about all the fussiness of this calculator. It is fussy, or very specific, or temperamental, whatever you want to call it. It's -3. Now, here's the funky thing. The negative key is below the 3, not the minus, the negative. I know, in our brains, they're the same thing, and the calculator like, negative below the 3. So we'll put -3 there. And then for the x value, and it goes x comma y, just so you know. And again, that's in the help menu if you're not that familiar with it. So the x value is -4. Again, use that negative key. And then the y value is 6. So we want in slope-intercept form. Oh my gosh, look, I have it right here. Y equals -3x minus 6. Okay, cool. So that's A. So look, again, free updates for life at mcstutoring.com. Pretty good deal. I'll probably bundle this with a unit conversion program that I'm like right now doing with my chem, physics, and SAT programs. But enough of that. Find the intercepts for the equation. So again, that's a linear equation, by the way, because what it means is an equation with x and y, just as x's and y's, like no x squareds or y cubes. They're all just to the first power, which we don't write. We just write it like this. And that's standard form, by the way. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. And again, you can go to linear help and see that. I just want to show that to you. If you already know this, go ahead and scroll ahead about 30 seconds. But standard form is this, ax plus by equals c. What I wrote equals 6. Dude, what am I smoking? Okay. So standard form is that. So it's pretty cool. And it gives you examples of like slope intercept, point slope, 2 points, yada, 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 standard form. So what we're given is the standard form. And it looks like, okay, look, it's, this ax plus by equals c. So it's -3 for the a, -6 for the b, right? And I'm just really pulling out the numbers here, and then 12 for the C. So my A is -3, and again, we use that negative key below the 3 key. -6 for the B, and then 12 for the C. Okay, and we want to find the intercepts. The x-intercept is, I'm going to erase some of this for a second. -4, 0, and y-intercept is 0, -2. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and 0. I was like, where is it? Okay, it's just not the same orders I have. They just put the 0, -2 first. Okay, that's cool. Look, and by the next time I revise this is late October. Probably by mid-November, I'm going to take away that extra parentheses. Sorry about that. I didn't even see that. Okay, it doesn't affect the functionality yet, so I'll leave that alone. There's a workaround to this, which I can show you, but I want to show you that on another day because it's going to take a little while to do that. Find the equation line given the pair of points. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. So look, we're going to go again to linear equations. Looks like that's going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's a 2 points that were given, the x1, y1, and x2, y2. So 2 points, option 3. And then what is the first x? It's -6. First y is 1. And then second x is 0, like right there, the 0 here. And then 6. Okay, and we want it in slope-intercept form. So we've got, it gives us y equals 0.83 repeating x plus 6. So it's positive, so I know it's not one of these two. Now, here's the trick. You're like, okay, smarty pants, we made this program. How good is it? Check this out. We're going to go to miscellaneous. Oh, actually, what we're going to do is convert it to fraction. I will add this as a function, but watch this. You can do 0. You don't even need a calculator program for this. But if you just do this, 0.8333, and repeating with a whole bunch right there, and you press math, enter, that's what I do it by hand, 5, 6. So it's 5, 6x plus 6, because basically what that means is y equals. And look, this is functionality I will add to the program, so you don't have to go out of the program to get the answer there. Because it is part of the SAT math program I have for the calculator. I just didn't put it in this one. Shame on me. I'll add it. What's in the miscellaneous menu? Okay. No, it's not there. We're going to go back. Okay. We go on. I can't simplify the expression yet. I'm not smart enough for coding how to do that. Again, that's a workaround. That's what WA means. Okay. Now to this one, number 8. Determine whether the two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither parallel nor perpendicular. So check this out. What we're going to do is go to linear equations. This is going to be my first one. So I'm going to call this A, and this is going to be B, just to label things. So it is in standard form that ax plus by equals c. And the coefficient there is 3. Sorry, I'm labeling this A, and there's an A thing here. I apologize. Bad on me. -4 is my coefficient for the y value. And then I have 5 over here. Okay, now check this out. The parallel slope. So for m, meaning slope of A, that is 0.75. Parallel. Oh my gosh, this looks like some weird notation. I apologize. MA, and this means perpendicular. It looks like a T that was hit by Mike Tyson in his prime in the mid to late 80s. The perpendicular slope is -1.3. Repeating. So I'm just going to jot that down. Now back to this. For linear equation, do the B equation here. We're given standard form. And then A is 8. B is 6. And then what's that number? -16 at the end. So we're going to put negative symbol right there, a negative sign. 16. And then it looks like parallel is -1.33. Perpendicular is 0.75. Oh my gosh. So MB perpendicular slope, right? M of this one is 0.75. So the parallel for this one is 0.75. Perpendicular for this one is 0.75. They are perpendicular to each other. That's what that means. Because remember, the MA perpendicular is -1.3. So there you have it. Because this regular slope is -1.3. Just so that's what that means. Okay. If it's confusing, go ahead and put it a question in the comments. It's totally fine. As long as your comment is civil, I will respond to it. Sometimes it takes me 3, 4, 5 days, but I'll get to it for sure. Okay, slope and y-intercept the line. Okay, this is just, man, linear equations again. Man, like all day long. Okay, and again, this is standard form, ax plus by equals c. Technically, it's not standard form because it's the a's, this coefficient is supposed to be positive, but I'm being pedantic at that point. And then c is -5. I think you guys probably caught on to this. And then what is the slope? Is 0.6. So I'm going to write m. Oops. Write m equals 0.6. It's positive, so I know it's not that. I know it's not that. And Slope-intercept form 0.6 minus 1. And then, oh wait, what is the y-intercept? 0, -1. 0, -1. So again, we have this like little conundrum here, man. What is 0.6 as a fraction? So I'm going to exit by pressing 9. And again, I'm going to add this to the calculator functionality, but or the program functionality. But the calculator itself can do this. You don't need a program. You can type in the decimal you have, the 0.6, press math, and then enter, enter. Automatically change it to a fraction. So the slope is 3/5 of this line, okay? And then the y-intercept is 0, -1, as we said. So cool, we got it. I'm going to go back to the program, TI basic, algebra solve. So sorry I keep on jumping in and out of the program. I'll add that functionality at a later date. Find the slope of the line containing the given pair of points. Man, linear equation again. Oh my gosh. And then probably again by Thanksgiving, I will have a separate linear equation program, a standalone program, probably for like $20. And again, if you look for discounts, you will find them. So you can save like 10, 20, 30% of the programs. But look, going back to this, we have 2 points. 8, 3 is our first coordinate. Second coordinate's -5 and 6. So what's the slope and parallel slope is negative, geez, look at this, man, this is crazy. Negative 0.23077. Okay, now this is legit a pain in the butt. We've got to find out what fraction is equivalent to that. So what we could do, oh, by the way, a fraction is an unfinished division problem. So what I mean by that is, let me do this in different colors. So look, this green thing, -11/5. -11 divided by 5. See, that's a fraction. It's going to give me the answer as decimal, -2.2. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to go orange for B, -3 divided by 13. That's all the fraction is, an unfinished division problem. I'll stand by that. -3 divided by 13. Oh, good. That's what we have. Oh, gosh, we have a match. What luck. Okay, cool. So there we go. There we have it. Okay, and let me go back to the program by pressing PRGM, TI basic, and then algebra solve 5 is the one I want. You have to press enter, remember, twice to get to it. I know. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. I just want to show you, I'll call this line 1 and line 2, so that way we don't get the A's, B's, and C's confused here. So if M parallel for number 1 equals the parallel slope for number 2, this looks, I know it looks Greek or something to American students, but that means they are going to be parallel. Like if the same parallel slopes are the same, we're totally cool. If the M of parallel of, like, say the first one is M perpendicular of the other, that means they're perpendicular. If none of these match up, it means they're neither. Okay, so let's check it out. So first thing, we're going to go to linear equations, as we've been doing most of these problems. This is the standard form, which you're probably bored with by now. 9x plus 3y equals 12. And then we're going to get everything. So the parallel slope, so this is parallel. Sorry, this is a little congested here. I'm just going to write this here. M parallel is -3. M perpendicular is 0.3 repeating. So look, if we have the same thing for the second one, where the parallel is -3 and the perpendicular is 0.3 repeating, then they're parallel lines. If they crisscross, then that means they're perpendicular. If there's no match whatsoever, it's none. So look at the second equation, I'll underline in red, see what happens. So look, we're going to go to linear equations again. And I don't mean to be going too quickly through this, so I apologize. Go ahead and, if my cadence is too fast or too slow, go ahead and put it in the comments. Totally fine. I'll adjust. Okay, so 18x plus 6y is 25. So look, this M, the parallel slope, and the slope itself is -3. So we have a match. The parallel of one is the same as the parallel of the other. So they both are parallel. So that's how we do that. I probably should have explained the other one better. So that's a better explanation of how to do that one. Okay, some of these are going to be workarounds, but look at this. X equals -7. Now, granted, this is a linear equation, and it's actually relatively easy to do once you kind of get the handle of it. But that means no matter what happens for the y, the x is -7. So if I go here and I put the coordinate plane like that, and then here is where x is -7, because the x axis is, by the way, like left and right like this, and the y is up and down like that one. And that's when they label these axes. X is -7 goes, it's like -7 forever. So it's just that vertical line at x equals -7. It's not even a calculator thing. You can do it by hand pretty easily, so I'm just going to include that. Okay, we continue. Which pair of equations, parallel, perpendicular, neither? Man, this is just like forever. But let's do this. It's not even a workaround. We're actually going to do this one. So linear equations, right? I'm going to call this equation 1, and this is equation 2. So we're given the slope-intercept, right? So slope, that's basically the coefficient of x, which means the number in front of x. So again, a fraction is an unfinished division problem. So 4 divided by 5, and then the b is 10. So it says, okay, the parallel slope, so m parallel is 0.8, and the perpendicular, and that's what these symbols mean, m, like meaning slope parallel, slope perpendicular is the m with the t upside down, -1.25. Okay, and again, I'm just going to color code it. Sorry, I didn't do that. Oh, look, Christmas colors, awesome. Okay, look, so we go on linear equations again. And this is the slope-intercept form. And again, there's the help menu if you're not familiar with that. So the slope, meaning what's in front of x, that's that m thing. Oh, that's 5/4, or 5 divided by 4. And then what's the b? It's -10. So you want to be careful with that with the signs. Signs are key. So this negative symbol below the 3 key, 10. Okay. So it looks like parallel slope is 0.125, or sorry, that's 0.125, 1.25. And then the perpendicular is -0.8. Now look, it doesn't go crisscross applesauce here. Look at this. These have different signs. The 0.8 is -0.8. So they're neither, because they're not the same, like the 0.8 and the 1.25. That's not a match. So they're not parallel. The crisscross are not a match because the signs are different. This is negative, that's positive here. So it's not perpendicular. So it's neither parallel nor perpendicular. So we're going to go neither. Okay, my goodness. We're not even halfway through this freaking test review. Whatever. It's okay. I'll live. Okay, again, this is given to me by a student. He's like, hey, man, show me how to do this. So look, I'm going to do, this is actually going to be a workaround, but I'm going to do it now. Who cares? So bear with me. Again, linear equations. And it looks like it's that standard form that we've seen too much of today, to be honest. 2 is in front of the x. And look, if we don't have a number in front of y, that's technically 2x minus 1y equals -4. We just don't say -1y, just say -y. But if it doesn't have a coefficient, meaning a number in front of it, it's going to be a 1. So the b value is -1. Okay, I know it's funky, -4 here. So we graph it, and you're like, okay, smarty pants. That's what you're saying to me probably, like, hey, man, what does the graph look like? Well, look, we can graph it using the intercepts. So I'm going to zoom in on the intercepts. The x-intercept is -2, 0. Y-intercept is 0, 4. So look, I'm going to write that down as x-intercept, -2, 0. And then hot pink, I'll do the y, is 0, 4. Sorry for those people who are colorblind. Apologize. You know, I'm not trying to exclude you, whatever. So look, -2, 0. Let me just do this in coordinate plane. I'm doing the red dot, -2, 0. So that means x is -2, and then y is 0. So that's the red point. Now I'm going to go to the pink dot, 0, 4. That means we're going to go up 4 right here. And what we have to do is we have to connect the dots. I know it's difficult. I know you haven't seen that since like you were a little kid. We're going to connect the dots. We're like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Technically the line looks something like that. Now here's the cool thing. I've gotten head injuries, but not so many that I can't realize that like this is not that graph. This is also not that graph because guess what? We're upper left of that middle line. So it's one of these two. It's like A or C. But check this out. I know it intersects at negative 2, 0, like that's my red dot, and 0, 4, my pink dot. So C is going to be a match for this one. Okay, cool. A little process of elimination, and it is a workaround. I'm sorry it doesn't show it exactly, but we're going to do it. Evaluate the polynomial. Okay, this is, dude, okay, it's not a linear equation. Okay, this is an algebra equation, but check this out. We're going to plug in a value, okay? Now, it's not exactly as it looks like, but I'm going to write 4x squared plus 2x minus 7, and I'm going to write x equals negative 3. So this will make sense in a moment. So my equation was y equals, it could also be f of x for those in other classes, but we're going to write 4x, and you get the squared key. Check this out. We press this x squared key right here, and that's now colored red. And again, colorblind people, my apologies. So 4x squared plus 2x. So all these using different colors is to no avail for you people. You're just like, all he's doing is writing in gray. Okay, what is the x value? It's negative 3, right? X is negative 3. So press the negative key and then the 3. And there we go. It's 23. Good. Yay. Okay, cool. We're about finished half this test. Okay. Now look, this thing, find the value of the expression. We're going to exit this. This is straight up on the calculator. Now it's insane. Okay, so look, I want to show you something. You have this 2 times 4c. And I'm not going to like show you like, oh, look at me, I'm so smart and everything. I want to show you like, hey man, if you don't like math and you hate math, which is only like half my students, this is how you're going to do it. We're going to put, or actually, I'm not even going to do this because you're like, where's that symbol? I'm going to put an extra set of parentheses. Because remember, I told you a fraction is an unfinished division problem. So we're going to divide by, and then enclose in parentheses. This is the key part. It's like one of these science fiction things like, don't press the red key, or something like that. Like, dude, enclose everything in parentheses. So basically what I'm doing is this. That's what I'm doing. And this vinculum, I know, fancy word here. It's a fraction bar. Okay, this vinculum bar is a fraction bar. So it's a division symbol for us. So open parentheses, 2, again, open parentheses. I know it's a pain in the ass. Bear with me. 4 minus 2, close parentheses, plus 2. And they put a little dot. I know that's fancy. It's really just a time symbol. Looks like, man, this looks like one of the Space Invader symbols if you're my age and you're born sometime in the 70s and played Atari. Okay, this then divided by, okay, what are we doing? Opening parentheses. I'm like paranoid about that. So I know I keep saying it like, put the parentheses. 5 minus 3, close parentheses, close parentheses. Okay, so see, I'm making it look exactly like this red thing as much as I can. Watch me make a mistake, so I don't know, maybe not. Okay, cool, it's 3. Okay, we're good. Now check this out. Slope of the line, y equals 3. So this is, I'm going to call it a WA question. It is a workaround. So basically it's, remember we said AX plus BY equals C is standard form? Check this out. It's kind of like saying 0x plus 1y equals 3. I know it's a little bit of a mind freak. You're like, dude, there's no x there. That's why I have a 0 in front of it. Because it's like, oh, by the way, there's 0x there. And then I know it just says y equals 3, but that's 1y. If you have to put a coefficient, it's going to be 1 if it's not written there. So look, I'm going to go back to programs, TI basic, algebra solve. I got to press enter twice. I know, pain in the butt. So we're going to go to linear equations again. Now check this out. Standard form, okay? What's my a value? 0. Coefficient of the x is 0. B, what's the coefficient of the y is 1, even though it's not written. And then C is 3. Whoa, look at this. It's a horizontal line. What is the slope or the parallel slope? Slope and parallel slope, same thing, by the way. 0. Okay, good. We are now halfway through this freaking page. Oh my God, like celebrate, dude. Okay, good. Solve the equation. Oh my gosh, we actually are going to use a program for this. We're going to solve an equation. And again, we do left side, right side. So those people who played like team sports, your left from your right. I hope you do. Oh my gosh, if you don't, you're playing sports at a high level. That's just freaking amazing. 6x plus 8. And look, notice me, I'm using parentheses like they're using parentheses. That's important. And I'm just going to label this left and right, L and R. That's the left side. Right side is going to be 4, open parentheses, 2x plus 12, close parentheses. Okay, good. X equals 8. Beautiful. Now, I'm not going to do the workaround for that one. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. And the workaround for that one, leave workaround. Okay, some of these workarounds, I don't have a conversion from scientific to standard, but I will have that. You can actually do it in the calculator, but I don't want you to have to jump through a bunch of hoops. We're just going to solve an equation, man. So we're going to number 34, algebra equations. Solve an equation. Now look, what did I say about fractions? They're like unfinished division problems. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. It's going to be 7 divided by 16, like in parentheses, x, plus 1 divided by, just to be safe, I'm paranoid, let's put in parentheses. You're going to do left side, right side. So that's the left. This is the left side. And then the right side, what's the right side? 3 divided by 8 in parentheses, x. That's implied multiplication there. So look, we're going to do open parentheses, 7 divided by 16, close parentheses, x, remember the x, t, theta, n, that's a variable key. I'll call it the variable key, even though it's the x, t, theta, n key. It's different names. It's like wrappers. They go by different names sometimes. 1 divided by 8. And also key thing, look, this is the division symbol, but your calculator is like, oh, I'm just going to use this little slash mark. The right side, open parentheses, just to be careful, 3 divided by 8, because it's 3/8, x. Okay. X equals -2. Okay, good. What's the x value? -2. Okay, good. Okay, work around because I just don't want to get into it right now. Oh my gosh, now here we go. Graph this puppy. Again, what we're going to do, it is technically a workaround. And there's a way to do it straight up on the calculator. That's not what I'm here for today. I just want to show you can do it by linear equations by stripping out the, what do they call it? The intercepts, and then just plotting them and connecting the dots. So this is slope-intercept form. What is the m? The coefficient of the x, the number in front of the x. In this case, the fraction in front of the x is 2/3, like that. And then what's the b value? -4. Man, be careful with that. Sneaky here, -4. Okay. And then the x-intercept and y-intercept. Man, probably my calculation's off. It's probably 6,0. So that is a problem. It is using an algorithm to, calculate things. So the x-intercept I'll do in orange is, I'm going to call that 6,0. We're just, going to get close. And then the blue is going to be my y-intercept, 0, -4. So what would that look like? And I'll do my handy dandy scratch work here. The orange would be 6, 0. So that's +6 over here, 6, 0. There's a dot there. So look, it's not that guy, not that guy. It's not even that guy. I already know it's this. Oh my gosh, I don't have to do any more work. But if I wanted to be, do my due diligence, 0, -4, that's here on the y-axis, the -4 point. And then we connect these dots. I'll do it with a green line like that. So that's why I know it's C. So that's cool. Okay, so this technically is going to be a workaround. We're going to deal with it. It's going to be this x equals 1. If we wrote it in standard form, really it's like 1x plus 0y equals 1. So I'm going to go to linear equations again. Oh my gosh, this has just been too much. Standard form, that's been like half the problems we've done. 1 in front of the x, 0 in front of the y, because y is just not there. Y is absent. We get that. So it's a vertical line, and the parallel slope is undefined. So that means the slope itself is undefined. Okay, good. We got that. We move on. I think we only have 2 left that I can actually do in the calculator without doing workarounds. Find the slope of the line that is perpendicular to the given line. Now, there's also kind of an easier way to do this, but I just want to show you how to use the program if you're not, super math savvy, which is fine. We're going to go to linear equations again. And this is a slope-intercept form, y equals ax plus b. And it looks like that m is -2 divided by 5. You know me, I'm just like, hey man, that fraction is an unfinished division problem. And then b is 10. And then cool, what is the slope? It's -0.4, so -0.4. So no, it's not positive. So what is -0.4? Okay, I'm going to exit. And then if we do -0.4, math, enter, -2/5. There we go. Okay, so that's the trick, that fraction. And again, probably by Thanksgiving 2025, in about a month, I'll add that to the fraction or the algebra solver program. It's already part of the SAT program. The SAT menu is just like way bigger than this and does a lot more problems. I'd say it has probably twice the functionality of the algebra solver. But look, really for real, good luck on your math. Goodbye. And I hope everything goes well for you. And check it out, mcstutoring.com. And then you get free updates for life. And I will start setting up the emails so people get discounts all the time and updates about what's going on. And then I do, look, half of what I add to the programs is driven by student input. So when you message me on the site and say, hey, could you add this to this program or that to that program? I do try to oblige and just give me, 2 to 3 weeks to turn around, because that's about how long it takes. Because a lot of people are in it for like chemistry, physics, and the SAT stuff. So those programs take precedent. Sorry. Okay. Look, take care. Talk to you next time.